Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video I'm taking a look at the Roll & Lock A-Series retractable bed cover fitting 2016 to 2023 Tacomas. If you're looking for a way to keep your bed space secure and dry, the A-Series Roll & Lock bed cover might just be the right choice for you. This one features high quality materials and a really solid construction in an easy to use package, and it's going to make your Tacoma's bed more usable without much sacrifice. Now, the Tacoma is not a huge truck and thus doesn't have a ton of bed space. And as with all pickups, there isn't a lot of lockable storage space either, with the exception of the cab itself. Now, bed cover can change that though, and this Roll & Lock A-Series takes things a step further than a typical tonneau cover. So this is a retractable bed cover, hence the name. So twist the key or this little handle right here, and the entirety of the cover is going to roll back into this big canister that sits at the inner edge of the bed right by the cab of the truck. And as far as retractable covers go, this canister is actually pretty small. It's not very wide, not very deep, so that means it's not going to take up a lot of bed space. And it's also very low profile. About this much is all you're really going to see above the top of the bed line, so at a glance the casual observer may not even notice it. This entire thing is going to sit pretty much flush with the top of the bed rails, and the cover itself runs pretty much flush all the way out as well. It's a very slick looking setup. Now, this also does lock in place. In fact, you get two keys included in the kit, so you can lock this right up in here as well. Now, aside from having a few detents on the rails, which are kind of hard to see, but they are in there if you feel them, this is going to lock in the fully closed position as well. Meaning that if you lock this with the keys that are provided and you lock your truck, you're going to have a very secure bed space. So you can leave tools or other things in there without fear of anybody getting in and taking them. And if you do need to carry something large, you can also lock this again in those multiple different positions to accommodate whatever it is that you're hauling while still keeping some other items covered. It makes for a lot of flexibility, and I think that's something we can all appreciate in a bed cover. This is also designed to be very easy to operate. The patented hinge system inside keeps these slats nice and aligned and makes them roll up easily and makes for a smooth operation. And it can be released with just a flick of this handle. And to close it, you've got the attached strap right here, and this has got a little keyring on the end of it, so if you want to hook this around on the edge somewhere, make it easy for you to grab, that makes it nice and easy to get this closed. So you don't need to walk around, climb into the bed, or grab the cover from some weird angle to get it fully closed. It's a lot harder for me to do it right here on the table than it will be for you to do it on your truck. Now, construction here is pretty much all aluminum tip to tail, meaning that even for a retractable cover, this is pretty lightweight. I had no problem really getting it up on the table in here, which means you won't have much of an issue either. Being that this is aluminum, it also means that this is going to have good resistance to rust and corrosion, helped even more so by the black powder coat finish over top. Now, the cover itself is constructed as pretty much a single piece with those hidden seals in here in the hinges to help keep out dirt and moisture, so this should last you a long time and keep everything in your bed safe and dry too. And everything just looks really nice. The rails here have some nice weather stripping on them. They got the mounts already put into them. Again, more weather stripping on the inside, on the edges here. And this top cover for the canister is going to match those rails, and it's going to match the finish on here as well. Pricing for this one comes in at about $2,100, making this definitely a more premium option within the category. However, the materials here and the construction, I think, justify the price point in a way that some others can't. Plus, you're getting a lot of security and a lot of flexibility as well, so if those things are important to you, it's worth spending the extra cash on something really nice like this that's going to last you a while and get the job done well. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter and should only take you about an hour to complete. It's a straightforward installation. Everything just clamps or bolts right onto the truck with no modifications needed, so you can get this done with whatever you've got in the garage for the most part. And the fact that you don't have to make modifications is also nice, because if you ever want to remove it, it's not going to damage your bed. Not much more I can say about it here, so with that, let's go ahead and jump on out to the shop where we'll walk you through the process.
For this install, you need a 3/8 ratchet, a T30 and a T40 socket, a Phillips head screwdriver, and the supplied Allen key. All right, today we're going to be installing a bed cover on a Tacoma, so let's get started. All right, before we start installing, we just need to remove a couple things. First thing is we need to take these two T30 bolts out of the front of our bed. All right, now we need to take our side hooks out of our front of our bed on either side. We're gonna grab our ratchet and our T40 socket and take our two bolts out. All right, you need to do the same thing for the other hook. All right, now we need to install our bulkhead flashing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slide it over to the front of our bed here. You'll see the 2 access holes for the bolt holes that we took out. Grab our 2 M6 Phillips head screws and flat washers and put them in here. All right, now we're just gonna set our cover into place in the front of the bed. We'll push it all the way forward and just let it rest on the side rails for right now. All right, we're now gonna start installing our rails. This will be the front side. I just wanted to show you that the rail will slide into the bracket right here. There's a small channel right there, is where it will slide onto. So just make sure that you have these straps still secured, because you will need to unlock it so that you can get the rail all the way on. All right, we're just gonna gently lift up, slide the rail forward. Just make sure that gasket stays under and out. All right, now we're gonna pop the end cap off on our factory rail. We're gonna slide our 3 brackets through. Put our end cap back on. Then we can loosely mount our brackets. You're gonna grab your Allen bolt, your lock washer, and the flat washer. Just line them up, just thread them in a little bit by hand. And then we can do our front mounting bolt. This is gonna attach the rail to the box itself. All right, we're gonna take our small Phillips head screw and we're gonna line up our 2 holes here. Probably gonna need a lift up on the box. All right, once you get it through, we're gonna get a locking tab on the back. Just thread our screw into that. And once that's tight, we can tighten our Allen bolts. All right, we're gonna tighten our rails with our supplied Allen bolt key. What we're gonna do is push up the rail, just make sure it's flush, and work our way back and tighten all of them. All right, and that wraps up our install of our Roll and Lock A-Series retractable cover for our 2016 to 2023 Tacoma. And remember, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.